it's the main man here himself, the Chaotic Heel, here to give you some big chaotic updates. Now, this is not my original content. I am kind of reacting to Perims Underworld's video this morning. Definitely check out his video before you watch this. That's your sign. Stop the video now. Go watch his first. I'm not going to be covering everything he said, just kind of the three, in my opinion, big updates. I don't know where he got this information from. I can't find a link or anything, but I believe whatever that man says, he has awesome integrity. He's a great YouTuber. And if it wasn't for Perims Underworld, you would not have the main man making YouTube videos himself. You know, who would have thought chaotic would allow me to have fun on the internet? So yeah, definitely check his video out first. He's amazing. He makes great content. Anyone who watches this has probably already watched him, so I'm probably beating a dead horse. But let's get into kind of the three big things I thought about when I watched his video. So I guess this is more of a reaction. So number one, codes are back. If you've been living under a rock, at the bottom of every chaotic card, there's a code. You put in the code to the website, and you get that digital card, so you can play on digital tournaments. Trade them digitally. It is what separated chaotic apart from every other TCG back in the day, and probably still will. I don't know any card game that has a trade feature, and I'm sure in the comments there's going to be some, but I don't know any, and I've always hated that about modern TCGs. Is there's not really trading in a trading card game, you know? So it's awesome to see the codes are back. We can speculate that maybe this means randomized stats are coming back. I would love that so much. That's another thing that sets chaotic apart from the rest of the TCGs is that that randomness. That I can have the greatest card ever, Maglax, but you have another one of the greatest cards ever, Maglax, but they're two totally different. Mine is objectively better than yours in one area. So I hope randomized stats come back. The codes kind of support that they're coming back, because why would you need codes if every card's the same? The only thing I can think of is if you have a bunch of alt arts, they're gonna have different codes. So it's not 100% that stat checks or randomized stats are coming back, but I think it's a right step in the right direction. So codes are back, stats might be coming back, or randomized stats. So A+ in my book so far. The next big thing is the auction house. In Perims Underworld's video, he talks about how once the website's back up, you can put your cards up for auction, which I think is a smart idea. Your digital cards, not your physical. Keep doing that on eBay, but stop charging an arm and a leg for shipping, people. Or let's get some American sellers. I'm tired of paying Canadian import fees. It's burning my wallet. So please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, so maybe we can get members, so I can make some IRL decks that don't break the bank. But yeah, so I think the auction house is a really good idea, because if you don't have anyone to trade with, or you don't want to deal with lowball trades, put your heptad up for auction. I think this is going to stop people from getting screwed for shady trades, because I'm sure the trading system might be like how it was back in the day, where once you trade it, there's no going back. If you get screwed, you can't go cry to Chaotic TCG and be like, "Oh my god, I got my Tangif Toborn General accidentally traded for a Bodal, just a regular Bodal, not even a Flame Researcher, whatever that card was called." You know, so I think the auction house is a really smart idea, because you're going to get players who only play Underworld or only play Overworld. So if they get a Danian card, which why are they complaining Danians are the best? They have a really easy outlet to get rid of them, and it looks like there's going to be an in-game currency. Perims Underworld said, or didn't say, he Chaotic Coins came up, which I think's a funny name. Um, the only thing I'm worried about is the auction. Like, let's say you sell your Rage Trod. Let's say you sold 300 Rage Trods. Who would buy 300 Rage Trods, right? Um, the Chaotic is going to take a small fee of the sell. which I don't. I'm confused why they would do that with an in-game currency. I'm a little worried, not gonna lie. I just hope one of my biggest fears with chaotic is it becomes a monetary like cash grab, like, oh, we're gonna squeeze these fans for all they got. And I know it's probably not gonna be it because they've been working on this revival for so long. So why would they just ruin it out the gate? I feel like companies should have a pulse on, oh my god, we can't just abuse fans like the video game franchises do, where, oh my god, we're going to lock all the content behind a $20 upgrade. So but seeing that they're going to take a like a auction fee, it kind of scares me a little bit. But overall, I think the auction house is a really good idea. I'm sure everyone's going to use it at some point. You get a tack card that you're never going to use, or it's bad, because you'll probably have completionists even on the online scheme. So I think it's just a really good way to get people what they want. And the last thing we're going to talk on is the organized play. I think if Chaotic to succeed, it needs to be a super played TCG. And what do I mean by that? Of course, it needs to be a well played TCG. Feel like Pokemon is losing its player base in a way. It's just, it's getting stupid and stupid and stupid. Yu-Gi-Oh's getting burned out because of how ridiculous expensive it is and how unfun it is. Magic, its diehard fans are leaving because of, well, we just got a Garfield set. So I want Chaotic to be like the TCG that's actually a TCG. You know, I want it to like get that all these people who are leaving their TCGs to come and be like, oh, this is like fun TCG. Let's play it. Let's make these giant tournaments. Also, I don't have any organized play chaotic cards in my collection. And some of those I think are some of the most iconic, just random creatures. I hope they're in the first set. That's a tangent. But I'm so glad that organized play is seeming to be a staple. I feel like every time we get a little bit of news on the website, or it's like, oh yeah, we're going to bring back organized play, and I really hope I can be an ambassador or a judge or something. Of course, the main man's going to have to throw down and show everyone what a Danian player can do, which definitely check out my chaotic rewind matches. Those have been doing great. Thank you. But so I really like the direction chaotic's going right now. This is kind of a ramble reaction video. If you hadn't been able to tell yet, we're gonna do a more in-depth video on what I hope we get to see at San Diego Comic Con. Could be something, could be nothing. But again, thanks for watching. Thanks for Perims Underworld for making a great like update video at like 1 in the morning. I watched it like an hour after he posted it. I need to still comment and bug him about it. I like bugging him. Um, but yeah, let me know what you think. Are you glad codes are coming back? Do you think we're going to get randomized stats again? What do you think of the auction house? What do you think of the auction house getting fees? And are you ready to throw down chaotic in tournaments? Let me know down in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. This has been the Chaotic here. And remember, at NCO, this is where the big boys play. And that's the bottom line.